Before Aizen's betrayal, before Ichigo's battles, there was a time when Soul Society was whole. But in Season 11 we turn back over a century to uncover the hidden truth. What really happened to the Vizards? Why was Urahara exiled? And how long had Aizen been planning everything? This is the origin of the betrayal that shaped the entire Bleach universe, and the moment when everything changed. 110 years before the start of the series, then 5th Division Captain Shinji Hirako is approached by then 5th Division Lieutenant Sosuke Aizen as they attend preparations for the introduction of the new 12th Division Captain. Squad 2, Captain Yoruichi Shihoin, tells her third seat Kisuke Urahara that she has recommended him for the position as the new 12th Division Captain. Her subordinate Sui Feng, immediately distrusting Urahara because of what she has seen of his personality and behavior, follows him around town to prove to Yoruichi that he is not worthy of the responsibility required for the new position. Yoruichi, however, after seeing Sui Feng's proof on paper, disregards it as a love letter. Urahara and a team of Soul Reapers leave to tail a group of deserters who abandoned the Seiraite. After single-handedly defeating them, Urahara passes the captain qualification exam and later shows up late to his first captain's meeting. Urahara is appointed the 12th Division Captain in a ceremony attended by the other captains and introduces himself to his squad. Lieutenant Hiyori Sarugaki is the only one who does not respect him. She makes a scene while his things are loaded into his new room and challenges him to a match to see if he really can hold up to his promise of not letting danger befall the 12th Division. The squad members are led to believe that their captain is weak when he falls easily at Hiyori's attack, but he actually lost on purpose, not wanting to embarrass her. Later that night, Hirako tells Urahara that Hiyori loved the previous captain of the 12th Division like a mother, and that she would be difficult to replace in her heart. The next day, Hiyori sees Urahara's office and is shocked by how much he has changed it since the previous captain was there. Urahara takes Hiyori to the maggot's nest, explaining on the way that its purpose is to hold people deemed potentially dangerous by the Soul Society. While they are walking through the penitentiary, a large prisoner attacks Hiyori, but Urahara easily subdues the man with his bare hand. Deep inside, Urahara approaches a younger Mayuri Kurotsuchi and offers to make him second in command of a new division he is creating, the Department of Research and Development. Elsewhere, a young Byakuya Kuchiki is shown to have had a quick temper at that age, proven when Yoruichi steals his hair ribbon before escaping, taunting him by putting her breasts against his head in the process. 13th Division Captain Jushiro Ukitake asks Kaien Shiba to be his lieutenant and tells him of a prodigy who graduated from the Soul Reaper Academy in just 1 year and has already secured a seat position within the Gote 13. The boy is revealed to be a young Gin Ichimaru who easily slays the 3rd seat officer of the 5th Division under the watchful and impressed eye of Aizen. 9 years later, 3 shadowed figures watch as citizens of the Rukongai are attacked and killed by a strange white substance. Hirako, Aizen, Mayuri, Hiyori, and Urahara meet and discuss the recent disappearances of the Rukongai citizens. Captain Kensei Muguruma and his 9th Division are deployed to assess the situation and find a gigantic hollow attacking 3 boys. Kensei Muguruma saves one of the boys, a younger Shuhei Hisagi, from certain death. Later on, in Mayuri and Urahara's lab, Hiyori is chosen from the 12th Division to go collect samples from the site of recent disappearances. Kensei and the rest of his squad camp in the woods. Izemon Todo, one of his subordinates, seemingly kills Kaname Tosen, the 6th seat at the time, and the rest of the group before he is mysteriously struck down himself by an unseen attacker. Kensei, the only one left, is imprisoned in a well of darkness and impaled with a blade. When the darkness lifts, he recognizes his attacker. The spiritual pressures of Kensei and his squad vanish, sparking a dire situation in the Soul Society. An emergency captain's meeting is held to determine who will investigate the situation. Urahara arrives late and pleads his case to go, but Genryusai Shigekuni Yamamoto does not grant his request. Instead, Hirako, Captains Love Aikawa, 7th Division, and Rojuro Rose Otoribashi, 3rd Division, Lieutenant Lisa Yadamaru of the 8th Division, and Hachigen Ushoda from the Kido Corps are dispatched. In the woods, Hiyori is attacked by a grotesque and powerful hollow revealed to be Kensei. Hirako arrives to save her and engages Kensei along with the rest of the new team. Soon, the 9th Division Lieutenant Mashiro Kuna, who has also transformed into a hollow, appears and attacks the group. Hachigen binds both Mashiro and Kensei, but the latter escapes through brute strength alone. Meanwhile, Urahara is torn at his decision to send Hiyori out alone and defies orders that he is not to go, using a cloak that completely masks his energy. Before he can set out, Tessai Tsukabishi, commander of the Kido Corps, appears and offers to accompany him. The 8th Division Captain Shunsui Kyoraku is out late when he happens upon a young Nanao Issei, his future lieutenant, who wonders if Lisa will be all right. Kensei's new abilities overpower most of the group, until Hachi finally binds him with a powerful spell. Hirako is then brutally attacked by Hiyori, who is now a hollow as well. Tosen arrives and incapacitates the group, with the exception of Hirako, who asks why he betrayed his captain. Aizen appears with Gin and reveals his own betrayal, explaining to Hirako that his illusion-casting Zanpakuto had disguised another person as a stand-in for himself during his interactions with Hirako all this time. Hirako and the rest of the group begin transforming into hollows, but Hirako manages to hang on to his consciousness. Aizen prepares to finish off Hirako, but Urahara and Tessai arrive to stop him. Upon observing the bodies of the injured group and recalling the missing souls, Urahara concludes someone has been experimenting with hollowfication in the Soul Society. Aizen initially feigns innocence, but then turns to leave with Gin and Tosen in tow, blocking a Kido attack from Tessai as they escape. Using a forbidden technique, Tessai transports the affected back to the 12th Division research facilities, where Urahara shows Tessai an object he created that may be useful in saving those undergoing the hollowfication process: the Orb of Distortion. The next morning, Urahara and Tessai are arrested and brought before Central 46, where they are falsely accused as the ones responsible for Aizen's acts. Urahara insists that they have been framed by Lieutenant Aizen, but his protests are ignored as several witnesses saw Aizen never leave the Serete the night before. Urahara is sentenced to banishment in the world of the living, but just before the two are detained, Yoruichi breaks in and takes them back to her hideout, along with the 8 Soul Reapers undergoing hollowfication, who have since stabilized. Urahara declares that he will find a way to save them. Time flashes forward to present day at the Vizards' headquarters. Hirako states that they appreciate what they have become thanks to Urahara and Aizen, and the group leaves.